Day 22 of the Diddy trial was wild. Jane snaps back at the defense several times on cross. The last half of this video gets pretty interesting. Jane is not playing games today. I mean, she was answering the question with a question, not an answer. So hit subscribe, let's go. All right, before the jury's brought in, the messages at issue the defense wants to get in. Can't you redact them? Defense replies saying we shouldn't have it. It's consistent with our theory. They didn't open the door. Judge disagrees about opening the door. On direct, we elicited testimony about the end of the relationship in 24. There were no texts but oral communications. This self-serving voice note by the defendant should not come in. By December 23, he was trying to make a record of litigation. So they're saying by this time, he was already preparing for litigation, like sending voice notes to people, communicating with people to save face almost. What about Miss Garage's questioning Jane about this without introducing the voice note? That might confuse the jury. The defendant was trying to feed Jane a narrative throughout the relationship. The hearsay rule precludes this. If the defendant wants to take the stand and subject himself to cross, then fine. The questions without the voice note would not be for the truth. This would be a backdoor way to get this in. Government responds. So I agree with the government on this portion of the voice note and order them excluded. Some questions will be permitted. Once there is motive to fabricate, the statements cannot come in as a prior consistent statement. This fact pattern does not appear to have previously arisen. 2 time periods. Defense argues it would be improper. Can we bring in Jane? Your Honor, we made an application through your deputy. I think is reflected on this post-it note. Let's have a brief discussion in the robing room with Jane and Jane's counsel. Defense wants to come in too. They're still in the robing room. Sean Combs has been taken by marshals back into the holding cell. Bathroom break, question mark? Diddy had to take a piss? What's happening with Jane? What is going on here? They're back in the room now. Shapiro and Steele huddle around Combs talking with him, a decision to be made. Now Xavier Downside, another lawyer, goes from middle to the back table to talk with Combs. Now Westmoreland, too, is back with Combs. Surrounded by 5 or 6 lawyers. Can you imagine this being live streamed? Oh my god, this would be such good TV. Diddy was laughing and smiling at some point. Now he puts his head in his hands. I can clear the courtroom if you need to. No need. I will conform my comments to an open court. A reason trials and names are public is so people who were there can come forward. We object to a pseudonym with Mia. The events in the hotel room on January 24th, I appreciate the balancing, but we maintain the constitutional right to a fully public trial remains. We didn't consent to these events not being fully public. Part of the public nature of the trials is for information to reach the public so other witnesses can come forward. I wanted my client to hear this. Miss Comey, question mark? As long as your answer remains no, we are fine. What's happening? Defense doesn't want Mia to have a pseudonym, and the judge already decided no, I'm guessing, and the government's like, let's just keep no, let's go. We want a pseudonym. The argument to say the name is an attempt to harass. And this event in the hotel is not one of the alleged acts of sex trafficking. It's just collateral. It's not a real concern. The identity of those there is not a defense. All rise. Now Jane's getting brought in. She's still on cross with Miss Garajos. Here we go. What you really wanted was to cuddle with Mr. Combs. Our intimate time. Tell me about the mobile TV you got him. It was LG cordless. You can move it around. And see your movies on it? Yes. After Cassie's lawsuit went public, how were things? I came to find out another woman had the same experiences I had. I put out that energy on him and he was already down. So resentment, everything was hard. A hard month? Yes. Let's play the voice note. Combs' voice. I don't want to be in a relationship like this. I don't want to make anyone feel like this. Let's end this cycle so you don't feel like I wasted your life. Are there more messages like this? Yes. Showing the jury a voice note of Diddy being somewhat understanding. Did Sean often say to you, I'm a solutions person, I just want solutions? Yes. You wrote, I tolerated, I took on a lot in these rooms, please don't discredit me. And he wrote, never discredit you. Yes. You wrote that you wanted 100K for each wasted here and more, 450,000. You wrote this, right? Yes. 450 grand. And you said you were thinking of hurting yourself and he said, don't, he cared. I don't know about that. Wait, she was threatening to unalive herself? You said you don't have friends at the time. Objection, I can rephrase. You said you talked about your feelings with Sean because you didn't have other people. Okay. Sean still paid your rent? Yes. The $9,000 from Bear, you had known him for your modeling days? Yes. Do you have to do any work for $9,000? No. Who is Bear? I wonder who that is. That's clearly a pseudonym, right? Is that another rapper or something? The rapper you mentioned, he was close to Mr. Combs? Yes. This rapper, they would record together. He's also an icon in the music industry? Yes. You went to the birthday party with the rapper's wife or girlfriend. Did you know Anton traveled with them? Yes. Wait, Anton is a male prostitute. So Anton is also doing services for whoever this mystery rapper is. And Mr. Combs knew? Yes. When Anton was having sex with a woman, how many people were in the room? 7 or 8 just watching. The rapper was flirting with you? Yes. You flashed your brush to the room. Who asked you to? It was just the moment. What did the rapper say to you? That he always wanted to blank me, so he had a crush on you? Yes. How'd you bring up Cabral or Sly? They asked if I knew anyone else in the lifestyle. I said yes at the time. I thought Cabral as a safe and confidential person. That's for the rapper and his partner? Yes. How did they know to ask you? Maybe they just picked up the energy or heard that Sean and I were into the lifestyle. You flew to Miami around the time of your birthday? Yes. He set up your birthday? Yes. There were candles on the walkway. It was very romantic. His heart was beating. Was yours beating as well? Yes. What are we doing here? I feel like there's so many just pointless details. Do we need to know about candles and their heart beating fast? I was about to say this. It's all painted pink and silver. A 5-course dinner. No ecstasy at dinner? No, none. Afterward, you took a pill and you took a pill and Don came over. Yes, at 1 star. You said you were willing to have sex with Don because of the birthday party? Yes, it was nice. This is between you and Paul Arthur, in which you asked, do you have plans for Valentine's Day? Right. You said you want to see Paul as a person? Yes. You said after Cassie's lawsuit, you saw changes in Sean? Yes. You said Sean would write to you, I'm single, I'm polyamorous, and that hurt you? Yes. After the lawsuit, you went to saying, we are in a relationship, you are my girlfriend, that meant a lot to you? It did. Oh, I wonder why. He's trying to save face and show people that he's committed to one girl, but come on now. When you saw the video of Mr. Combs laying hands on Cassie, did you feel sick? I did. That was not the man you knew, right? Right. Another sidebar. Interesting. So now she's saying he's not a violent person. She didn't know him as violent in front of the jury. You remained in contact with Mr. Combs after the video? Yes. You stayed in Miami with him for a few days? Yes. You flew to LA in June with his children? Yes. Fair to say Mr. Combs posted about his road trip with his children on social media? Yes. This is a photo of how you set up the house. Some set up by you, some by Jonathan? Yes. And this photo on the patio, right? You were drinking champagne? Yes. Half an hour later, you were fighting, right? Yes. You testified you called him a pedophile even though you knew she was not underage? Right. And you pushed his head into the counter? I did. You never had a physical altercation with him, right? I had not. You pushed him medium hard? Yes. And you threw a candle at him? Yes. Defense is pointing out that she started this fight first here. Their first physical altercation, apparently. When you say you locked the door, was it a button? Yes. So he did not force a physical lock, but a button lock. Right. Oh, that makes it better. Either way, the door was locked and he fucking pounded his way in. What was he saying? That I'm crazy? A lot of yelling. You go in the closet? Yes. You take your working out seriously? Yes. But you do not put on activewear, but rather a dress. Why? Because I could put it on easily. After altercation, you ran and hid behind the wall. Where was your phone? Back in the house? When you went back, you saw Mr. Combs? He was out on the street. This has been hours? It had. You were angry and screaming, called him a pedophile. I called him a monster, but he didn't kick you again? He didn't. You punched him in the back of the head and he punched you. He punched me twice. I'd like lead counsel and counsel to Jane to come to the robing room. Defense don't want to do this in the robing room. They want to do this out in open court. Something's happening on break here. They want to do this in presence of Mr. Combs. If this is about the issue we discussed in the robing room, we have concerns. Okay, sidebar. They go on break for lunch. I understand the government says we can break early tomorrow, so we don't have to deal with the evidentiary issues now. Let's just finish Jane's testimony. While you thought Mr. Combs was yelling, you're trying to get me to never see my kids again, right? Yes. You said he was dragging you by your hair? Right. I was telling him to stop. You got his phone? Yes. And you called the woman in Miami? Yes. You asked her, did you go to the Grand Canyon with him? I'm asking you woman to woman. Yes. And she said, you're worrying about the wrong things. Woman to woman, question mark? Yes. I told her he's beating my ass. Then Sean hung up the phone and she called back multiple times. His phone lit up. Did she call you a bitch? Yes. Did you talk about her previous relationships? Maybe. So she called the main chick or something, whoever he's fucking with on this road trip. This is all a jealous, toxic relationship here, dude. Then after you called Jonathan, you were in the shower naked, but Mr. Combs was in his pants, shorts. And you called him a son of a bitch. Just a bitch. Okay, just a bitch. And he slapped you. Yes, hard. Then he tells you to put on an outfit. Yes. And he grabbed your phone. You went in the messages and said hi to Anton, and the text read, it's about the night in January you sent in Vegas? Yes. How far is it from your home and the gated community to the gate? A minute or two? So like a half mile? Yes, I drove and let Anton in. Champagne, tequila, but still no drugs? Right. You and Sean go in the bedroom. You told him you went to Vegas? Yes. You told me you flashed your breasts? Not then. You told me you referred Cabral to the other rapper? Not yet. Did Mr. Combs tell you, how could you go to another man's freak off? Yes, he yelled that. Then you say Sean told you go out and him, and you said no? I said no, then he pushed a pill in my face. That's definitely not a good look, right? For the jury to hear that. She said no, but then all of a sudden he's serving her a pill. This has got to be one of the most embarrassing trials for a celebrity ever. But you didn't have sex with Anton? Not that kind of sex. You gave Anton oral sex? Yes. Then Sean dismissed him. You told Anton you sent him money? I did. This was the first time you didn't have an intimate moment with your partner after the entertainer left? Yes. And he said again, I can't believe you went to another man's freak off? Yes. Talking about the rapper? Yes. Why is she repeating this? She'd already answered this. Objection asked and answered. He kept saying, how could you have gone to another man's freak off? Yes. After you called that and texted each other? Yes. You went to see him and broke up? We had an 8 or 9 hour conversation. A breakup conversation. You saw him traveling with another woman in Wyoming and it upset you? I was at home with a black eye. You hadn't had forced intercourse with Anton. It was forced oral sex. Play a video not for the public to hear. Mr. Combs says, I'm not going to belittle myself for someone named Bear or for my friend. That means the rapper, right? Yes. God, I really wonder who this Bear guy is. Mr. Combs wrote, sorry I didn't take you on the trips. I was tripping. The baby daddy. You and KK would have talked yourself into paranoia. You didn't get along with KK? I didn't. Combs is leaning over, listening to the same headphones. Paul's there. You bring up OnlyFans. You'd been on it for 4 or 5 months, earning well, right? Yes. You asked him why he couldn't balance it. Hotel nights and private travel, right? You wrote, did the other girls just pressure you for more trips? And I didn't. I just want to know where I went wrong. Mr. Combs said, that is my friend. I was okay. Where should we stop? You said we broke up and I went to one birthday party, not with the rapper, but with my friend. You wrote, I didn't even have anything postable. You meant Instagram? I did. You wrote about your child's father. You said I'm in my late 30s. I don't have time. Last part about your child's father? Yes. You wrote, I just wanted to travel with you? Yes. You sent the clown emoji and said, if I more, I could have gone on trips. Then you went to Miami and stayed in the Four Seasons. You chose that hotel, right? Yes. You took drugs and laughed and danced? Yes. You're finally getting the princess treatment you wanted? Yes. Jesus, this is just desperation here. Then you told Mr. Combs that you really miss Paul. I'd taken ecstasy, but I did miss Paul. What? She misses one of the male escorts? That's bizarre, right? That's definitely good for the defense, I think. You called Paul and he came in a few days. You were at 2-star. Yes. And it felt good. A love fest? Yes. On June 1st of this year, you had a new memory of Mr. Combs splashing water on you, right? What, 11 days ago? She remembered something? If I may explain, just did you tell the government that on June 1st? Yes. What? Why did you call yourself Kobe, Jordan, and Shaq? Why are you Kobe? Because I'm the best. And why is he Jordan? Because he's the best. I still can't believe that comparison. And this is about Pamela Anderson. Melons. Laughs. What are they talking about, her boobs or something? I wrote, you were definitely my Michael Jordan and I'm Kobe. Detox weekend. You say, good morning, handsome, and he says, can you please find a therapist? Yes, we loved each other, but there was toxic stuff. But it ended on a positive note. Yes, it did. No further questions. Redirect? Sidebar? Yes. Another juror break. Juror leaves. The cross argued that this witness had a motive to lie. It opens the door to that one sentence I've been asking for. As a prior consistent statement, how does this go to an event months later? It's on their point that Jane is shading her testimony to correspond with the government's theory that she was coerced. Jane testified on the stand for days after getting immunity. She didn't try to get a payday, but they might think she's trying to shade her testimony to please the prosecutors. Alright, here's redirect now. What did you write to Paul about Turks? I'm not a robot, just a mix of tired, hungry, sore. Next, to insult me about the bracelet, to make me perform, it crushed me. What else did he write? In that room I felt like a hoe. Then what? The love contract. He's so good to shower me with infection, with violating sex exploitation in between. I could compartmentalize the bad stuff. In May of 21, did you ask for a condom? Yes, Sean resisted, but then he gave in. But then next time, he mocked him. Did Sean let you use a condom? Yes. Do you ever want to have sex with Cabral? No. Did you fake orgasms with entertainers? Yes, I was putting on a show for Sean. Government's back to the whole, she didn't want any of this, this was coerced. She's being paid for it. When did Sean threaten to release a video of you? December 23, I called KK. See, that's bad. So he did the same thing with her and Cassie. That's not good for Diddy. Sean's drug use. How did you send cues? You were tired. Make little faces, kind of sighs. How did Sean respond? Push through. One more round. Jesus. Bro notices his girlfriend is getting tired, doesn't want to do it, and says, come on, let's keep going. One more round. How do you try to avoid setting up hotel night? I'd try to navigate the night to something else. How many times did you have no hotel nights in 200 Mapleton? Once. 2-star? 3 times. 1-star? 1 or 2. 2-star and 1-star, I believe, are his houses. They were right next to each other. He had 2 houses. I felt it was unfair, all the pressure. What do you mean? Those nights with other men. Sobs. I was asking, why do I have to break my boundaries and still you treat me like this? What's next? The all-star fantasy play. Would you send Sean a photo of my bloody tampon? What am I reading here? Why? In 23, did he become more vocal about wanting to stop hotel nights? Yes, he started paying my rent. I had to maintain my livelihood. My partner was in charge now. Dude, it's kind of crazy the lengths that she went to maintain like a big lifestyle. Like a normal, you don't need $10,000 a month for rent, dude. That is not normal. By the sobriety party, how many times did he threaten your rent? Many times. I mean, this contract is like clearly illegal, right? This is basically a prostitution contract that he had with her. That time after you threw up, what did Sean do? He told me to go back there and have sex with other men. Was Sean affectionate to you when Anton was in your home? No, Sean was evil. When did Sean say he gave you an ecstasy pill? He said, you're not going to ruin my night. Go suck some dick. Go fuck him. Something. How long before that he had put you in a chokehold? Objection sustained. Did he choke you with his hands or his arm? And in the shower, how hard did he hit you? So hard. Then what did he say? He said, get in a fucking outfit. When you hid for 2 hours, could Sean have safely left? Yes. Did you want to have sex with Anton that night? No. Who made you? Sean. Would you give all the money back for no sex with other men? Yes. Why are you here? I got a subpoena and I'm here. No further questions. Miss Garage's recross. Did you drive to pick up Anton? Yes. Could you have left? Yes. Defense is back. Hey, you could have left the whole time. That nothing sexual happened between you and Anton was January 24, right? Right. Anton drove his car to the compound? Yes. You let him in? Yes. As requested? You lift heavy weights? Yes, but a woman's power does not override a man's. Did you hit Sean's head against the counter? Yes. Did you refer Cabral to another rapper in January 24? Yes. You were asked if you would give up money to not have sex with these men, but you wouldn't have given up your home. My child and I live there. It's hard. You get $5,000 a month child support? Yes. Your father's child is a very rich man, right? Yes. Did Mr. Combs over 3 years wire you 150 grand? Is that all 3 years of mine are worth? Question mark. Geez, snapping back. You believe you are worth more than 150K? Does he? What's the most you've made in a month on OnlyFans? 50,000, but it varies. Oh my God. Life on easy mode for OF girls, man. 50K for pictures. You said you were hungry to indicate you didn't want sex, right? Yes. Didn't Mr. Kims give you food? You knew what I meant. Did he give you food? Yes. Did you tell Cabral that sex with him had been great? Yes, but you got Mr. Kims on mobile TV to show videos of you having sex with the entertainers? So I wouldn't have to have sex with other men. Sometimes you just watch the videos, no sex with other men. All of it was shit, but did you? Jane, if you can just answer the questions. Yes. Where do you see preparing for this? My truth? Did you record videos of times you did not have hotel nights? Lucky me. Lucky me. She's snapping back at her. But there were such times, thank God. How did seeing what Sean wrote to Paul make you feel? How would it make you feel? Please answer my question. Now that I've seen Sean's message to Paul, probably I did have a hotel night. You changed your testimony? No further questions. What evidence has Sean done to you before he asked you to pick up Anton? Objection, overruled. He slapped me. No further questions. Yikes. Both sides are just firing back. Switching the narrative each time that this was coerced and she's scared he's beating her. That's pretty much it for day 22, I think. Hit subscribe, comment.